Today we're talking about the brand new SIGMA 65mm t1.5 high-speed Cine Prime. Late last year, SIGMA announced the development of two brand new Cine lenses, the 65mm t1.5, which we're looking at here today, and the 65mm t2.5 Cine Classic. Now, before I go into the review of this lens, I do want to mention that SIGMA Cine did send this to me to test, but as always, they're not requiring us to say anything specifically, and so you are going to get my full and honest opinion. Now, also, I do realize that I've been testing a lot of SIGMA glass lately, and so I am on the hunt for some new lenses to test out. So let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to see to come to the channel as far as what I test. Please don't ask for Cook lenses because I will most likely be renting these and just don't have the budget for it. So within reason, let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to see tested on the channel. So all that aside, let's get into my breakdown of this lens. And as always, we're going to break it down by the image, the build, and my overall thoughts / who I think would be useful for. And let's start by talking about the image. Now, as we get into the image of this lens, I do want to mention that this is a historical lens for SIGMA Cine and their lineup, simply because this is the first lens from their lineup that has been developed from the ground up for cinema use. And so that being said, I've been really excited about testing this lens and getting my hands on it, and I will say I love the results that came from this lens. One of the big selling points from this lens is the 65mm focal length. Now, for some, that could just fill the gap between 50 and 85 millimeters, but it also has the ability to stand on its own for something really unique and special. I personally love it for street videography portraiture work, simply because it's not as tight as an 85 millimeter, and so you do see some of the environment, but you still get some lens compression, and so you're able to isolate your subject. And then on top of that, just like all the other high-speed Cine Primes, this does have an aperture of t1.5, and I love that because it allows me to do what I like to do in most filming scenarios, and that's use natural light to basically light the scene. And so I'm able to use stuff like window lighting because of that t1.5 aperture. But overall, this lens, as far as the image performance, just like any SIGMA lens, but even more so the SIGMA Cine lineup, is just something that I've been really pleased with. They offer really nice neutral colors, a lot of good contrast, really sharp lenses, and it just creates such a beautiful image. So let's go over and talk about the biggest reason why you might invest in this set of lenses, and let's talk about the build of the lens. They're an all-metal construction. They come in various mounts such as PLI, EF, and E mount. The E and EF mounts are around $3,500, and then the PL mounts around $4,000, so you will pay a little bit more for it, but keep in mind it is using also new technology, and so there is probably some justification there with that price tag. The focus throw is 180 degrees, which in my opinion is perfect for a solo operator if you're trying to pull focus by hand. Now, something to keep in mind is with the SIGMA Cine set, while all the gears are in the same place, the 40, 65, and 85 do have a longer barrel. That sometimes bothers me, but I've kind of gotten used to it with the 85, but that is the case with the 65 as well. And the filter thread is 86 millimeters, whereas on the 35 and the 50, it's 82. But I will say I just put an 86 to 82 step down ring on the front of the lens, and I was able to use an 82 millimeter filter. Now, while the front filter thread is different, all the lenses do have a 95 millimeter outer diameter. The build of these lenses is why I've invested in SIGMA Cine lenses. SIGMA glass in general is built to last, but these are built to take a beating and last for a very long time. And so they are definitely an investment to a cinematographer or filmmaker that's looking to add a really quality built cinema lens to their lineup. And also, who doesn't love illuminated text? I'm just saying. So with that, let's talk about my overall thoughts and who would I recommend these to. First, my overall thoughts. I love this lens. Again, 65 millimeters is such a unique focal length, allowing you to get some of the environment that you're shooting, but still have some lens compression. I've really enjoyed using this lens. Now, as far as who would I recommend this to, if you're trying to fill the gap between 50 and 85, definitely look at this lens. Or if you're just, again, looking for something that has kind of that lens compression impression of an 85mm, but also allows for you to see some of the environment, then definitely check out the SIGMA 65mm t1.5. And so that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like. And if you're digging the overall content from the channel, consider subscribing. As always, thank you for joining. Go and find your journey. Go embrace life. Peace.